Hello, Abnormal Family. Got another drop for you. I hope you all enjoy this one. I think you will. And thank you for the support for Hunter. It means so much to us. The links are in the description. My grandpa took me to Lake Erie with two of my friends. Now, I won't use their names, so let's refer to them as Friend 1 and Friend 2. Me and my friends went to the beach edge and started swimming. And then we went to fish with my grandpa, and I threw my line in like always, and I got something really quick. But this was too big for me. My friends grabbed onto me and started helping me to pull the pole. The pole snapped in half. I said sorry to my grandpa because it was one of his best poles, and he said it was fine. It wasn't my fault, but he didn't understand what was on the line. I said it was a shark, but this is Ohio. Even though it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit, it was just too cold. We stayed there until it closed, and me and my friends were swimming, while my grandpa fished a little bit. Friend 1 and I convinced Friend 2 to go to the 6-foot deep zone. And he went, and then I went, and even deeper to show I wasn't a little bit afraid, but then I felt something touch my leg. I thought it was a friend, because a dolphin swam right past me and to me, but then it surfaced, but the thing kept touching my leg. I thrash my leg thinking it's a snake, and it goes away. My grandpa shouts to us, "Dry off," because it's time to go. It's almost dark, and we're leaving. It was dark by the time we got to the car, and I got the right seat as always because I'm right-handed and it feels weird to sit on the left side of the middle. It was a Suburban. We were in it as if we left. We looked at the lake and saw something emerge from it. It looked right at me and smiled. I looked away and told myself. It was my very active imagination. But I looked out the window around halfway home from the lake. We live around an hour away from the Lake Erie. I saw it in the darkness smiling at me. And I told myself the same thing. I told myself at the lake. But when we dropped Friend 1 off at his home, I saw it through his bedroom window. But now he was frowning. And then we dropped Friend 2 off at his home, and he saw the thing smiling through the reeds of the pond in their backyard. 5 weeks later, Friend 1 and his parents moved because Friend 1 kept telling his parents about him having nightmares at his home. But only at his home. He stayed at night at my house once, and we were having a sleepover. He didn't have the nightmares at my house, and he gave me his phone number. But every time I called, no one would pick up. I'm 14 now and found his number about 5 months ago. I called it again to see if anyone would answer because I completely forgot about him and the whole thing. But when I heard his phone voice saying this number does not exist, I remembered it all like it was yesterday. And I remembered the creature that followed me, and then I heard the voice say, "Don't call so Satan so much. He doesn't like getting too many calls. He's a busy man, you know." Then I looked behind me and saw the creature wave goodbye to me. And then it goes to the front door, opens it, and leaves it. And then he walks off, and he leaves a paper. As I picked up the paper and read it, it said, "I've missed you. I'm glad we've reconnected." I talked to a friend, too, after that, and he said, a mixture of scared and anxious voice, "Why, you saw it, too?" And then he gulped and said, "Listen, I don't know what that thing is, but I don't think it's normal. I seen it, too, at my house. I didn't know you guys had seen it." And as we got to talking, he said it was at his house looking through the window, smiling also. One night it even tried to lift his window as he was laying in his bed. He could hear it prying on the window, and whenever he looked, it had one of its fingernails underneath the window pulling. But this isn't even the worst thing. A week later, the ambulances fly by the house. My mom and dad are sitting at the table. They just got through eating. I run to see where the ambulance is going, and the fire department and all the sirens and police cars. My mom and dad run too, and they go to the park. They run up to the gazebo in the park, and immediately they start putting sheets around the park. My mom and dad are sitting there. My dad used to be a first responder. He jumps in the car and heads to the park to see if he can help. A couple of hours later, my dad returns home, and we ask him what happened. and he says, I need to talk to you. Come to the table, me and your mother. We sat at the table, and he told me that my friend that I had just spoken to that had seen the creature at the window, which my dad did not know about this part, with the fingernail under it, was found in the gazebo at the park. They said he was late coming home from going to the park. He was found in the gazebo, shredded. My dad said they wasn't sure what attacked him, but he was dismembered. Parts of his body were laying in different places, completely shredded. To this day, they do not know what happened to my friend. A lot of people say it was a dog. A lot of people say it was a coyote. But me and my friends know what we saw that day, and we know what we saw at the windows. And we know that what shredded my friend was a werewolf, because it told us it was good to find us again. Now every night when I go to bed, I make sure my windows are locked. And sometimes I even hear pecking at my window, but I'm too afraid to look. I'm afraid it's coming for me. What can I do to be safe? Does anybody have any ideas? I watch your show all the time, and I thought somebody would at least give me some ideas on what I can do to stay safe. We don't have the money to move like my other friend did. Please help me. I would say be honest with your mom and dad and let them know everything. You may think they may not believe you, and even if they don't, at least be honest with them. That way, if they're hearing things right now and they're making excuses for it, at least if they hear it from you, it's going to be in the back of their mind when things happen, and it may make them take it more seriously. Um, maybe you can talk your mom and dad into getting some lights to put around the house, get you some game cameras and stuff like that. But I think mostly just be honest with them and let them know. That way, when they start hearing things and seeing things out of place, they'll be able to put two and two together and figure out that you are telling them the truth. And they may just believe you right off. But I want to thank everybody for watching. And if you all have any ideas for them or anything that you think he should do, let him know in the comments. I'm sure he'll be watching for this video drop, as I told him I'd be dropping it in a couple of days. And I'm sure he could use all the information that you can give him. I appreciate y'all watching. Until next time, keep your head on a swivel and don't be something's dinner.